Hey guys, Kevin here doing a video of this 2019 Winnebago Outlook 22C. We just lowered the price actually from $69,998 to $64,988. As we come around the side here, generator location, propane location, so we hook up the water. This is a kind of interesting storage compartment here because it's kind of at waist or torso level, which is nice. So if any bigger stuff that you don't want to have to lift more, you can kind of load in there. And there's also an access point down at the very end, which is a drawer or cabinet to the inside in the hallway. So two ways to get stuff from that location. Access to that's where your fuel goes in. This is just where your 30 amp cable goes. This is probably the largest storage compartment this coach has. You can see the condition of important areas like this. It looks nice. I mean, we haven't really cleaned the coach yet. It just goes through an initial inspection when we get these things in. And once it passes safety inspection, which is done by a third party down the street, they change the oil and the filter on the generator and the engine. And once it passes all those things, and we determine, yes, we're gonna keep this and sell this motorhome, it goes onto our lot. There's the backup camera up there. It's nice to have a rear window. Not all motorhomes have a rear window, I've noticed. So got your tow hitch, standard 5,000 pound towing capacity. There's a SoCal sticker, which just kind of tells me that the person's probably from here. Although we can remove stickers, of course. Little storage compartment here. And this is your hot water heater. It's missing the little piece there that keeps it closed, so somebody taped it, but we will be replacing that little locking mechanism. Another little storage compartment here. Trying to look at the date code on the tires. I don't see it. But the bottom line is we make sure tires are in excellent condition, safe, and if they're deemed not to be, then there's the date code here. 1319 means they were produced in the 13th week of 2019. So as long as everything checks out with the wear, the tread, and the condition in general, they were probably put on a year ago. So this is the second set of tires this coach has seen. Being that they're produced in 2019, they probably went on either later in 19 or early 20. So my point earlier is our rule is if they're 5 years old or more, we have to replace them, or if we find any damage or issues or whatnot. So it has an electric awning out here, and I did notice that the little corner cover piece is missing. That happens sometimes. They dry out and they get cracked, and then they just fall off. I'm sure it still works the way it is, but we would replace these two caps. There's one missing on this side. Oh no, that one, that's missing too. So I'm gonna point out not only the good stuff, but any blemishes I see. So for whoever purchases this coach, we know exactly what kind of things we would have to put on our work order to fix, because every motorhome is gonna have some things. But what I'm trying to do is just be as transparent with everybody so that you see what I'm seeing, and as long as we address these minor issues, for us to sell this motorhome and have it pass all the safety inspections and whatnot, we don't keep stuff that's got real issues. We wholesale that stuff to somebody else who doesn't have the same responsibility as a large dealership that sells new and used motorhomes. So here's as we go inside the entrance here, this is where the batteries are located. The date on those is 2020, January 2020, the sticker. So same thing, they inspect batteries, make sure they're charging properly. If they're not, in this case, I could tell by coming up to the coach when I came over here to turn everything on. Everything lit right up. There was no issue with the charging batteries at the moment, but technicians know how to do a lot more than I do. and they make sure things are charging appropriately. And again, if they're not, that's easy replacement of batteries. We don't mess around with stuff like that. When you come inside, you've got your main coach. This is your house power for the coach, so it turns the whole motorhome on. Awning button there. You got a double sink, good size sink, but not a ton of counter space here. 3-burner stove, good storage down below here, more storage, a couple little drawers here, and then you got more decent storage up here. This is a convection microwave, so it bakes. Actually, no, it's not, is it? It's just a regular microwave. So regular microwave, 3-burner stove. If you wanted an oven really badly, then this can be removed, and then they put an actual oven with a 3-burner over the top. It's probably $1,400, I think, is the last time I had to do one. We do them every now and then. But you got microwave, 3-burner stove. What's interesting about this coach, so this floor plan isn't extremely uncommon. A lot of brands make this floor plan with the rear bed slide out the side, dinette up front. Let's take a look here. Good size sleeping area up here. TV swivels back and forth wherever you like it. Good size storage up here. But what's unique about this coach from Winnebago is that theirs has an inverter. Here's your documents here, all your manuals and everything that came with the coach, so that's good to have. Good that we still have it. This is a really good size storage up here too. But what's interesting about the Winnebago version of this is that you got an inverter, like I said, so that is going to allow certain things that take 110 power, like probably the TV up front, a couple things that take 110 power to work without having a generator on. A lot of coaches have inverters, but typically they're like the big expensive ones, not the little Class C's. That's actually pretty uncommon. And then you've got I think it's an 10.7 cubic foot refrigerator, freezer. The typical ones you see in these, when they're 2 doors, they're 6 cubic feet. Okay, they're all 6 cubic feet. And this one's, like I said, I think it's 10.7, so it's almost twice the size of fridge, which is pretty cool. Little pantry section here. This is the one that goes all the way through to outside. Okay. Only 76 hours on the generator, which is super, super low. Most new motorhomes leave here with about that many. And so I believe this was a previous rental, although it was a trade-in to us this time. So somebody bought it as a previous rental, probably when the tires got put on a year and a half ago or a year ago, when we actually had these. I remember having these about that time frame, right when COVID got started. And so we probably put them on then and did another full inspection. But when we get these previous rentals, they're very gently used by usually European and Asian families that come over. And so they have to put a pretty hefty deposit down. They pretty much just use them for sleeping, obviously, instead of the hotels. But when we get them, they usually are in extremely good condition compared to a typical trade. Now, like this guy traded this in, he used it for a year. A couple things were starting to break, like the awning mechanism up there, which needs to be fixed, replaced, etc. But so then he traded in, probably got a totally different floor plan. Who knows? Maybe he got something a little bit bigger. But when we typically get these previous rentals, they are one of the best turnkey coaches that we get because of how they're serviced every time they come in, and they're usually only rented, like they said, 7 or 8 times before they sell them to us. But what they do is they use up that 1-year warranty, because everything gets fixed for free through the warranty, and they sell them to the dealerships that want to buy them, and then they get a whole nother batch. So here's the bathroom. Pretty typical, although the sink is extremely large for, gosh, they're usually these little dinky sinks, so that's not so bad. A little bit of storage up here, mirror. That sticker thing up there, that's Holding Tank Company. They come by and clean and sanitize the tanks on all of our used inventory. So this one's already been done, that's good. I like that you have a rod for a shower instead of a curtain. I mean, with the curtain, in this case, just because it's not a massive shower, and that gives you a little bit more elbow room. So let's come out this way. So as we enter the bedroom, you do have a spot to put a television up there. If you want to have a mount put up, you can plug into cable, and there's a power outlet. So I got another window you can open over here. It's a full-size queen. When you put the slide in, it's really lightweight. You just flip this over, and then you bring the slide in this way. Got a little storage space there, not a ton. But then you got this overhead storage here, pretty decent size. Winnebagos are actually very well-made motorhomes. They're known for being able to produce parts for many, many years. Every single thing you open, every piece of, every part on this coach has a little sticker on it. That's a Winnebago thing. Basically, if this cabinet broke or something, you could call them and tell them that part number, and they could produce that exact color piece or have it made. And typically they'll make stuff for many, many years. So that's a good thing. That's probably your largest inside storage for clothes and whatnot. So I do like the colors. They're kind of a very neutral color. You can kind of do what you want. You have ducted AC. There's your return duct right there. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, let's look at the dash. You do have the backup camera. Start it up. So 48,437 miles. Backup camera, stereo here. It's got Bluetooth audio, so you can, do hands-free. I was gonna look for, camera. So you can actually turn that on while you drive. There's your bumper. So it's looking out from your bumper. So if you're towing anything or just to see what you're backing up towards, it gives you an exact view of the back of the coach and then out from there. So all we have is asphalt behind us, so there's not a whole lot to see. But there that is. But any other questions you have, please let me know. Hopefully you're munching on some popcorn while you're enjoying this exciting video. But yeah, I'll wait to hear from you, and talk to you soon.